So next part of our playthrough, and we're still in the middle of the Rally League. We have a new weekend, so I gotta use one of these two cars, and I think I'm gonna use the Celica. You know, we haven't driven this car ever, so let's just hop in, do our usual stage 2 turbo. Yep, and we'll buy it, but we won't install it. I had to think about that for a second, because I realized I was putting on 400 horsepower. But yeah, up next is Smoky Mountain, 3 races, you guys know the drill. First one's going to be easy, second one's going to be medium, and the third one's going to be where you need an upgrade. So yes, we all remember that SpongeBob moment, yes. Honestly, best 3 seasons in all of cartoons. So, we're against an Impreza Rally car, and it's the sort of, but not really 22B version. It's the 99, not the 98. So I know Snowtato will correct me if I get that wrong. But yes, it's the old version of the Impreza Rally car. But not the one based on the 22B. Another crazy F1 qualifying. So this is 3 laps as opposed to 2. So I believe this is going to be a 3-5-7 lap challenge. I better have 6 gears. Yes, we do. But yeah, Lando Norris finally gets a pole position. I mean, it was bound to happen, but it was great that it did. And he gets to join Carlos Sainz. And then George Russell, just honestly, Williams have the mastermind qualifying strategies these days. Gets 3rd on the grid, beating Hamilton, who had a really, really unnecessarily scruffy qualifying. Because he tapped the wall twice, once in the pit lane and once on his final lap. Very uncharacteristic, but is it starting to show cracks? I don't know, but Max got lucky. Max got very lucky. Tomorrow's a different day though. It might be rained out. We might get a dry race. We might get a turkey-like wet race. Lance Stroll could win. It looked like Lance Stroll was on for potentially sniping pole position, because he was 3rd at one point. But anything could happen. Mazepin could win his home Grand Prix for all we know. But I'd say don't count out Max. We're topping out at about 135 miles an hour in the Subi. Whoa, that's a send. Cribson's getting a lot of lag. This track, for speed at this, it's mostly full throttle. Jeez. That's really like, that's really unfortunate. I'm sorry, games like that happens. 39, that's so young. That's so young. It's really like terrible how just like damaging everything is. Yeah, not the news anybody wants to hear. But we hope your family does we hope your family does well in the recovery process. But she's in a better place, you're right. Man, that's rough. That's like really, yeah. I hit the wall. I'm trying to reach it and drive at the same time. One final corner. One more upshift, and we take the first race. Yeah, that's rough. Rosamund's her name. Yeah, I don't know how to just continue. We have so much racing left to do, and oh, that's rough news to start with. But don't feel like anything was like your guys' fault or anything. The whole pandemic is just damaging. Yeah, I put on the Stage 2 Turbo. I suspected I might need it, and I think so. And then my big question is what's going to happen in Race 3? Do I need to tune this, do you think I need to tune the transmission? So what purchase am I going to make on Black Friday? Honestly, I have no idea. I'll probably buy Forza Horizon 5 if I haven't already at that point. I know it comes out early November and it's a few weeks after that, but we'll see. I think I will wait, not buy it on the launch day, just to see how it is on PC. But if it's simple to run, I'll probably buy it on Black Friday. I don't think it will go on sale digitally for PC though. And I don't have an Xbox Series. Yeah. Thanks, chat, for backing up GamesX. Yeah, I definitely capped on top speed. Yep, I heard that coming. The dive bomb. Yeah, pandemic really does suck. Someone from the asphalt community passed last year because of COVID. It's just really damaging. So I can't stress enough, like, if you guys are in a position to, like, you know, take action, you know, try to be clean, wash your hands, get vaccinated if you can, be mindful. But I know getting a disease, you can't, you know, stop it if it's, like, already there. But we just have to keep pushing through and keep, you know, taking action when we can. Yeah, I was with Steph. But not only yourself, but make sure that you tell, you know, your family and friends and stuff to also, you know, take appropriate action if you guys can. I know not every country either has the vaccine or is that far into good prevention techniques, but, you know, do what you can to stay safe. You're kind of wrestling this car, getting as much counter steer as you can. That was an awkward line, but let's keep going. I forget if he was a Rev member. I thought he was RPM, but I don't remember honestly. Which makes me sad, but you know, there's so many people who are affected by it. Yeah, this game is great. The Subaru is just sending it. I am scared for the third race when he has an even bigger upgrade. We already have the stage 2 upgrade. I don't think there's much more we can do with this car. You want to play this game again? I recommend it. If you still have your PS2, or if you can get a good PC, definitely get this game. Because it's worth playing. You don't have to 100% it and put 100 hours into it, but you can get a lot out of it. You can even do a, you know, modded save or something so you can get unlimited money and just drive all the cars you want, but honestly this game's really fun to just pick up from 0%. Do I think GT7 will be a bad game like GT6? Here he comes. I broke a little bit early, but it's trying to cover my line. So, I don't think GT7 will be... Like, here's my thing. I don't think GT6 was a bad game, but I do think it was the weakest Gran Turismo game. I don't think GT7 will be like that, because GT6 was basically an expansion pack for GT5, even in its own career mode. The best part about GT6 were like those unique missions, like the Moon mission and the Goodwood trials and the Senna challenge and the Sierra rally. You know, those side missions were the best part of GT6. I don't think GT7 is going to be like that, but I do think GT7 is going to be GT Sport with a career mode. That's my thing. I do think people are going to get disappointed when it finally releases. Yeah, GT3 is different graphics than the rest of the series because GT3 is kind of like Gran Turismo 1 in, I don't want to say high definition, but you get my point. It's Gran Turismo 1 with the best graphics available, but it has a very similar physics engine to GT1 and 2. But yeah, I think GT7 is going to be fun. It'll be fun to play, but it will feel very familiar. It will definitely feel and drive like GT Sport, I think. And, you know, the car list and the tracks, I think, are pretty much 100% being carried over. We can tune the transmission, so I'm going to bump it up 2 ticks so I can get just a little bit extra top speed out of that. I feel like I'll need it. Is rubber banding in Rally League? I believe so. So we'll sacrifice a little bit of acceleration, but we'll have some better top speed. You can emulate GT3? Yeah, you can try it. I don't think it's the most complicated game to run. So at least now we have the top speed to fight. That was a wheelie. Now, we didn't do any upgrades to our car from round 2 to 3, but I don't know what the Subaru is packing. But it doesn't seem to be impossible to win, so let's roll with it. Yeah, it's a good time to pick up a PS4. I think Black Friday will actually probably have a lot of PS4s on sale. So, if you don't have a PS4, honestly now is a good time to get into it if you don't want to fork away too much money, because a lot of the new games are releasing on both PS4 and PS5, including GT7. You know the GT5 Prologue was in 2007. Of course I did. I have GT5 Prologue. You know, before I owned my PS3, my grandpa had, you know, the fat PS3. And he had GT5 Prologue, because that was the only thing that would get me to come to his apartment and play it, was the GT5 Prologue. But then in 2010, he gave the console to me and my brother, and that was the year GT5, the full version, came out. And that was a blast. I did see they fixed the CMOS battery, so preservation will be good. I don't know how the PS3 is doing in terms of CMOS bombs, but you know, we hope that it can be fixed. But yeah, I think GT7 is GT Sport, but with a sort of proper career mode. I don't know how long it will be. That's the one thing. I do feel like the weakest part about GT6 was how short its single player was overall. You can get through every license in like under 10 hours. It's a short game. I think when I was going for the Platinum Trophy, the last trophy I acquired was the Autobahn, and I used the Red Bull X1 to farm somewhere around like 1,000 or 2,000 miles. Here he goes. It's a big wall tap. But yeah, we don't know anything about GT7's career mode. And then the one thing I'm curious about, so GT7 plans to add cars and tracks as DLC. Or free DLC, you know what I mean. Is the career mode gonna get updated with it? Because GT Sport had its GT League, which was like a sort of career mode, but not really. And that's where you could see the new tracks and some of the new cars featured. But will GT7 be like an ever-expanding career mode? I feel like that might be the case. When GT6 was getting updated, every like car and track combo was being added as a side challenge and not part of the main career mode. So we still are topping out in the rev limiter, but I think 147 miles an hour was the right amount. We're going wide. Here he comes. Man, he just sends it. Hey, I just do not know how to do that turn. And so the countdown sound effects for Gran Turismo, yep. They have been the same since 1997, and honestly, that is the one thing that should never be changed. That's a good way to stick to your roots, is to use the same, you know, countdown timer. You've been doing it for 25 years, so why change it now? I think the only variation was they put Jay Leno's voice in the Gran Turismo PSP over the original countdown timer, which was kind of unnecessary, but hey, celebrities, am I right? And then I think on the Jeff Gordon challenge in GT5, his voice was over the countdown too. Yeah, the 2017 Mercedes car is in GT Sport. That's been there since like 2018. Will it come back to GT7? I have no clue. Probably not, because if I remember, the Ferrari F1 cars from Gran Turismo 5 couldn't return. But the F2007 from GT5 Prologue made its way into GT5 full game. So, you never know. Mario the movie. Yep. With Chris Pratt, quote Mario. I think my favorite thing to come out of that announcement is the Jack Black as Bowser. They have pictures of Bowser and videos of Bowser, but they put in the audio from one of Jack Black's Tenacious D songs, Inward Singing. I recently learned that song's name. It's basically a skit, but it has every sound effect you heard in the YouTube poops like 15 years ago. All of them. So, if your parents aren't around, check it out on Spotify or YouTube. But don't say I'm the one who brought you there. But it's a piece of internet history. So First Blood's here. Your Zero Factorial. Yep, welcome back. Been a while. Hope all is well. We're going to do a handbrake spin. little bit of rotation. Not quite as well as I would have liked to see it, but obviously not a fail, not a spin out. Much better than like Tahiti Maze a while ago. F1 cars, they're still in Asphalt 8. The 4 of them plus the MP4 X2. A little bit of a wall tap, hopefully don't lose too much to the AI. I'm doing alright. I worked overtime last week and I just got paid for that yesterday, so I'm pretty hyped. So I'm gonna go shopping. My favorite track to watch in the world. Le Mans is pretty exciting because, you know, in the 24 hours of Le Mans, there's always something going on. It's a legendary track. Monza, another legendary track. Endurance races, F1, you name it, they all go there. Spa. I know in F1, Spa has been kind of iffy the last couple years, but Spa is also a legendary track that does endurance racing and whatnot. Silverstone. I'd say those 4 tracks are probably awesome to watch on. Nürburgring, I haven't like watched the 24 Hours of Le Mans. It's obviously one of the best circuits in the world, but to actually watch, I don't know. I wouldn't think a lot of passing goes around. Anyway, we're on the final lap of this challenge, and we've been going for about half an hour, so if we do the math, if it takes half an hour to get through a challenge, we'll only get about 5 challenges done, and we have 8 to go, so we might need to push this to next weekend before we, you know, cap it off. There we go. 5 days until Asphalt Extreme dies, yep. Honestly, that's pretty sad. I would have hoped that they would do, like, you know, a future-proof update, but it's clear they're not doing that. The game's gonna die to obscurity. So, I'm just waiting for a hacker to go and dump the, and hack the ROM so that you can play it online. Or you can play it offline, rather. What do we get for winning the event? Smoky Mountain. Ford Focus. Pretty neat. You know, in all the other racing games, Ford Focus is either white or blue. In this game, it's only white. But yep, another iconic WRC car. Let's take a look at it. Good old Focus rally car. All these rally cars are at 299 horsepower, which honestly makes sense. So, there you go. Game status is 58%. We are bumping up our win ratio. And that's the end of the segment.